Alrighty, how's it going, everybody? It's me, Doogie the dog. Yeah, we're live and we're going to be playing some more Elden Rings. But let's first, as before I get going, let's start a little bit of a sound check here. Just so, get things all linked up and synced up. So, sound check. 1, 2, 3, and a 4s. Okay, looks like we made a minor adjustment here. Alright, let's try that again. Sound check. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. Alright, I think that looks better. Alright, yeah, okay, so hey, hey, welcome everybody to Doogy Plays, and tonight, yeah, we got all kinds of exciting news because I finally beated and brought to the dust Millennia, the Princess of Rot. Yeah, it took me long enough, didn't it? So yeah, it took. I've been fighting her for trying to get her down for 2 weeks. Even though it was hard for me to have to kill her because she was a cutie. Except for all the rotty bits, I liked her. And the fact that even though I wanted to date her, she just kept on killing me. But besides all that, she was kind of a cutie, And now if you look at my character, I kind of look like her, don't I? Because, yeah, I got her. Because I beated hers, and now I got her uniform. I got her blade, too, but I got to raise my dexterity up to 48 before I can use it. My dexterity is up to 30. Okay, so... Alright, so let's get into how I beated her, and so yeah, let me show you what I did here. Okay, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to post in my chat there a link to the guy. I'm going to give him credit. For giving me the tips on how to kill her. So if you look at my chat link there, you'll see a link to the guy that I got some of the tips for. Well, most of the tips for on taking her down. I tried 10 zillion other things, but finally this was the one that mostly I used to take Millennia down. Okay, so let's first start out with my equipment that I used. All right. Okay, so the main weapon would be Margwyn's Sacred Spear. I have it all the way up to level 10. That can help because. Even though I like it how all these guys, they say how easy it is. The easiest way to kill her and all that. Yeah, well, I didn't think it was very easy, as usual. But I'm not the most skilledest person out there in the world. But yeah, it still took me about at least a dozen times to finally get it right. And I had to make sure everything was leveled up, and I had everything I needed, and all kinds of stuff. So the secondary weapon I used was the blood just any dagger that I could put a Ash of War on, because the Ash of War I needed for the second half mainly was the second half to get away from that when she turns into a rose at the beginning right away, and to get away from her I needed the Bloodhound Step. So that's the weapon I used in the second half to get away from her right away, all right? Because that first thing when she turns into a rose, you got to get away from that really fast. And make sure you're not locked on, because that's a trick too. I had to unlock myself all the time and then step away from her, okay? And then I had a shield, and then I had a seal, so that I could, do a little bit of some incantation. I'll show you what that is. For my outfit, I'm right now I'm wearing my, Millennia's outfit, but mainly for my outfit in the end, because I still get mainly my spirit tier kept on getting killed. So eventually I had to switch to keep my spirit tier alive. I had to go to my heaviest outfit. So when you see when we do the playback of the video on how we did it, and you'll see I'm all dressed up in Lionel's armor. If you don't have Lionel's armor, I recommend Radahn's armor, because that's just really strong. At first I tried using like an outfit that would protect me from the rot. Like, what did I use at first? But anyway, it didn't really work that much, because the second half, it didn't really stop the rot. So, I mean, if you get hit by the rot fire, you're going to be a goner. You got to keep away from it. But anyway, so I pretty much put on all of Lionel's armor, because that's got the most protection. And I do believe it kept my Mimic tier alive. Okay, so talismans, these are important. One in particular. Okay, I use the Dragon Crest Great Shield Talisman to help protect my body and my Mimic tier's body. I used the Shard of Alexander. You gotta kill that poor Jar and go through that quest of Alexander the Jar to do it all, okay? And I used Great Shield Talisman because we're going to use a shield and to help protect once again, to keep my Mimic tier alive as long as she can, because that's important. And let's see, I'm going to turn the music, I'm going to turn off the background music here for a bit. Okay, and the other thing, this is the most important item for me, as I'm concerned there, was Shabiri's Woe. Because Shabiri's Woe, what it does is it makes, if you're wearing it, it makes the enemy concentrate on you. Of course, now, we really don't want her to concentrate on me for very long, that's the point. So what we do is we wear this, and then we bring our Mimic tier in. And as soon as the Mimic tier's in, we're going to switch it over. And I switched it over to this one, the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, which increases blood loss. Now you might try some other one, I don't know, but that's what the guy used, and it worked for me. But at first, we're going to wear Shabiri's Woe. So that's what I got at first, and like I said, we're going to switch this one over. As soon as the Mimic tier's in, we're going to switch that one over to the Lord of Blood's Exaltation, okay? All right, so, of course, I didn't need my ring there, but the Mimic tier is what we're going to use as my Spirit Ash to call in, okay? All right, now, what's the other thing we used, which was important, was, and why we have a, a seal, and like I said, we got a shield ready, but we start with the shield, because what we're going to do is we're going to use the Golden Vow, and a couple times during the gameplay we used it too, but right at the beginning, okay, now if you go down here, usually there would have been of course, if you know and tried to be killing her, you know there should have been a shield missed here. But it's open now, because I killed her. But at first, what we did is we would first have our golden vial ready, and then we would use the golden vial. Oh, I also had, now I don't know how important this is, but I did have one. The other guy I don't think even used one, but I did have a, you know, what you call it, psychic potion ready. And if you look at my equipment on, let's see, on my inventory, my psychic, wondrous psychic is, I was using the spiked crack tier, which temporarily boosts charge attack power, and the thorny crack tier, which temporarily boosts successive attack power. I use those and hopefully that to help boost my damages. But here's the important thing. What's really going to improve and boost your damages and keep your mimic tier alive is, unfortunately, you're going to have to get in closer to Millennia than you're probably going to want to. But that really kept my mimic tier alive. If you do it too far from a distance, particularly in the beginning, if you do it too far from a distance, it just doesn't do enough damage. So you're going to have to move in on her. And if you get a chance to whack her a couple times with your, you know, your weapon, which the main weapon being our Mogwin's Sacred Spear. If you could whack her a couple times with that too, while you're at it, that could help your mimic tier help you and your mimic tier bring her down faster and keep your mimic tier alive faster. Unfortunately, if you hit her too much with your sword, she might just skip the mimic tier and go after you. That happened to me a number of times. I hit her a couple times and she went after me. So beware of that. In the end one, I don't think I hit her much with the sword at all. I just stayed close enough to her to give her more damage with my weapon. So anyway, once again, at the beginning, we start with the golden vial. Oh, let's see what. So I started with the golden vial to give me some extra boost on my things, and then we walked in, and then we called my mimic tier, which it's not. Why is it not doing it? Well, I guess it's not available now. But anyway, I called my mimic tier in, and as soon as my mimic tier came in, I switched my talisman from there to that, like I said. Okay. And then I basically ran away from, you know, of course. Oh, by the way, make sure you come in with your shield and your main weapon at first. Okay. As soon as you go through the door, you know, do your vow and then switch to your shield and your weapon. So you come in with that. That's where your mimic tier will also have the shield and weapon. Okay, that's important. And then I ran away from Millennia and let her take, you know, after I switched to talisman, I ran away, you know, past Millennia and let my mimic tier start the battle with Millennia. And then I went behind, you know, them two as they were fighting and got close as I could, you know, shooting my weapon, close as I could to them, shooting my weapon to get my, you know, got to get close enough to give them some damage and you know, keep spamming it. You know, a couple times I had a chance to use my switch over and use my bow, you know, when they weren't paying any attention, again, to straighten that up. You know, that can help too, until, of course, the first half. And then the second half, because the first half, I killed her first half a zillion times. First half is not the big problem. The big problem is always the second half, okay? So the second half, and yeah, we're going to play the playback after this explanation. I'm going to play the playback. The second half is as soon as she, you know, goes through the cutscene and says, you know, prepare to rot or whatever she says, then make sure you're ready to use to switch over to your secondary weapon, which has got the magic step on. Because as soon as that cutscene is over and she says, you know, prepare to rot or whatever, it's going to go in your scene. Then you're going to use the step, and I stepped right past it like this, really quick. Oh yeah, also made sure because I was always locked onto her. I got ready to step, you know, switched weapon, but I unlocked her, okay? I unlocked her, and then, because I don't want to be locked on, and then get past her really fast with the step, and then from this distance, you know, she started going after the mimic tier again. That's why it's important to have some life to your mimic tier. And then I switched my weapon. I had time to switch my weapon. I had time to go to my, better give myself some, I had time to go to my, hit my golden vow again, so that it was going to give her more damage. And then I proceeded to, you know, at first from a distance, and then get moving in a little closer, and then as they're battling a little closer, and keep spamming them, and that took her down. Now, like I said, it took about a dozen times to get it right. I had killed her twice, before, literally 3 times killed her. The third time was it done, because 2 times we killed her, it got to the point where she said, "Oh, you're so the warrior is so strong," something like that. I paraphrase, because she'd gone down to the zero mark, but I was dying too. And as usual, usually when you're dying and the enemy is dying, usually the tie goes to me, you know, to the player in my past experience. But both the times, no. Tie went to Millennia, unfortunately. Because, yeah, twice I had her down to 0, but it was dying from the rot. Okay? Because I was too close in the end to her rot. This last time, I was far enough for the rot not to be dying while she was dying. Okay? But anyway, so that was basically how we did it. Okay? So let's go ahead. Let's gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go ahead and basically let's get the video ready. Okay, let's see. Get the video ready. Okay. Okay, and then we'll start the video, and I'll do a bit of a play-by-play. Okay, so here's the fight. Here's the battle, and how we won against the mighty Millennia. And here I got, you know, Lionel's outfit on, and I'm going to start the video because here we go. So I'm gonna get my first, before I go in, I'm gonna get my the Sharibi's wool on, and we're gonna switch that over once after we call our tier in. I'm gonna do the vow, the holy vow here. Okay, do the vow first, so we got some extra power. Switch to the shield now. I took in my psychic juice. I got my you know, sword and okay, call in mimic. And then after I called her, I'm switching to that other talisman. And then now I'm running away as fast as I can. And like I said, I got the sphere and my forky thing, Mogwin's blade or whatever. And now my mimic's taking battle with Millennia, okay? And so, like I said, now I got to be close enough to give them some damage, But and watch for her moves because she can go after you. So now, it's luckily I'm at a high level too because she does manage to get me a couple whacks, and I actually survive them. But like I said, I get away from her when I can, but still get close to her when I can because you got to help your mimic stay alive. There I got another chance to use a vow to strengthen my weapon. And once again, now she's going down, but I think she gets me a whack here. No, okay. She's going down. Once again, getting closer to her, giving my mimic some help. And now she's going down for the first half. Dance down. Now, once again, you got to give your mimic some health, otherwise she won't. If your mimic dies, well then the second half she's just going to go right after you, and that's usually when I die. Now, more skilled players could probably do better than I did and not take more than a dozen times to do it. And you might not even have to have the heaviest armor in the world. But I got enough endurance to handle Lionel's armor. And we're going through the cutscene where Melania gets to show us her hot body, except for the Roddy bits. Yeah, like I said, I'd like to date her and everything, but now I can't because I killed her. And also, I just probably couldn't get over the Roddy bits. She's also attractive and everything, but the Roddy bits would probably been hard for me to get over. So so then I had to kill her. Not just because she had Roddy bits, it's just part of the game,
The scarlet bloom flowers once more.
But yeah, so when she raises up, she kind of looks like Venus de Milo there a little bit.
You will witness true.
And there's nothing wrong with that, right? If you got the hots for Venus de Milo, yeah, like I do, right? Right.
Now,
okay.
rot.
Yeah, see? Now she's gonna say now rot. Yeah, now rot. And now get ready to get your step. Switch weapons. Here I go. I switch weapons to my dagger, which got the step on it. And you see that? I get away from it really quick with the magic step or the bloodhound step. I managed to get the vow back in there, golden vow, and now I'm hitting her. And like I said, I'm moving back in a little closer to her, but I always keep an eye on where she's at. And back up when you have to. So, here we go, spamming her with the weapon. Watching out. If she's looking at me, I do have it locked on again now. But now, I've got to get out of that. She's going after me. But by this time, I can see she's going down, and then I get out of the rot. I was in the rot there. And that's a secret too, right there. I'll get away from that rot. And that's probably why I didn't die this time, because I managed to get away from the rot. And now I'm far enough from away to do a damage, but not be in the middle of a rot that she laid down there. And here we go, and then we're getting her this time.
Dear Mikola. Oh, dearest Mikola. My brother. I'm sorry. I finally met my match.
Okay, I'm all excited, obviously, because I've been trying to fight her for like 2 weeks. So I was pretty excited about it. And that's an understatement for the world. I was jumping up and down, and I'm having all kinds of fun because I beat it. Okay, so anywho, that's how I took down Millennia, the Princess of Rot, in Elden Ring. And so yeah, so I hope you enjoyed that little playback of my great victory against Millennia. And like I said, I also gave you a link down in the chat. Okay, back to me. All right. So yeah. So thanks. So that's quick. I wouldn't call it quick. I don't know how many minutes that was, but that was just a little stream, a playback of my victory. I promised everybody when I finally beat her, I'd stream it and show everybody. So that's the idea. So yeah, thanks for coming by. Remember to subscribe to me on the Twitches, and please do, and on YouTubes and Facebook and all that. So. Thanks a lot. See you later. Toodles. I'm going to stop this stream, and I'll be starting another one up soon. But I wanted this to be a shorter stream because it's, it's just a little bit of a, tutorial on my wins there. All right. See you later, Toodles.